Hello and welcome to another tutorial on my channel. On this video I will show you how to crochet this bunny. It is super easy. I will follow step by step so also beginners will be able to make it. So stay with me, subscribe my channel and let's start. So the materials that you will need to make this bunny are chenille yarn. I use white and purple one. This one I made with the pink. Any other plush yarn will work. I'm using a 4mm crochet hook. You will also need a stitch marker, pair of scissors, needle, 8mm safety eyes. You can use any other size that you want. And we will also need black and red thin yarn for the face and some stuffing to fill your toy. So the stitches that you will need to know to make this bunny are very simple. Magic ring, single crochet, increase, decrease and a slip stitch. We're going to start from the bottom to the top. Legs, body and head are one piece, so that's closer and it's really attractive to make. So take the pink or purple or any other yarn that you want and let's start. So for the legs we're going to start with a magic circle. And for row number 1 we're going to start with 4 single crochets into the magic circle. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Take the end of the yarn and pull. This chenille yarn is a little bit difficult, but here I made it. So we finished row 1 and we have 4 stitches around. Now you take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch that we made. If you don't know where is the last stitch, so you have the loop that's on your hook, which doesn't count as a stitch. You go 1 stitch down and this is the last stitch that you made. You take your stitch marker and bring it through this stitch, like that. Now for row 2, we're going to make single crochet into the first stitch. So you go into the first stitch. If you don't know where is your first stitch, again you can just count from the back. So the loop that's on your hook doesn't count. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you take your hook and go into this 4th stitch, which is the first stitch that we are going through now. And just make a single crochet. Now you go into the next stitch and you're making an increase, which means 2 single crochets into the same stitch. So that's 1 and another single crochet into the same stitch. That's 2. Third stitch, make a single crochet And now we go to the stitch with the stitch marker, which means that we are at the last stitch of the row. So take your stitch marker out and just make an increase into this last stitch. Again, that means 2 single crochets into this same stitch. Okay, so we finished row 2 and we have 6 stitches around. Take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch that you made. Every time that we finish a row, you take your stitch marker and put it back into the last stitch. Now we're going to make 3 more rows of 6 single crochets, which means 3 rows of 1 single crochet in each stitch. So let's do 1 row together. Into the first stitch, make a single crochet. Next stitch, make a single crochet. Third stitch, make a single crochet. Fourth stitch, make a single crochet. Fifth stitch, make a single crochet. And now we go to the stitch with the stitch marker. This is the last stitch of the row. Take it out and just make a single crochet into this last stitch. So we finished row 3 and we have 6 stitches around. Now you go and make 2 more rows of 6 single crochets. Don't forget to put back your stitch marker into the last stitch. I will meet you when I'm done with those 2 rows. I just finished those 2 rows. Now we're going to finish off. So you take your hook into the next stitch and you're going to make a slip stitch. Then you chain 1, take your scissors and cut the yarn. Like that. Then you pull and that's 1 leg. Now you go and make exactly the same one as this, but just when you finish, you don't finish off because we're going to continue and attach to this leg. So go and make another one and I will meet you when I'm done. I just finished the second leg and again I'm not going to finish off. We are going to continue and chain 3. So yarn over, go through the loop, that's 1 chain. Yarn over, go through the loop, that's 2. Yarn over, go through the loop, that's 3. Now what you're going to do is take the second leg and you're going to join in any stitch this leg like that. And make a single crochet. So now we made 1 single crochet. We're going to continue in this leg and do total 6 stitches. So we made 1. You go into the next stitch and you make a single crochet, that's 2. Next stitch, single crochet, that's 3. Make sure you don't go into the chain one we finished, we did before we finished the leg, so you skip that. And go into the next stitch. That's 4. Next stitch, that's 5. and last stitch of this leg, that's 6. Now you're going to do 3 single crochets in those chains we made. So that's 1 single crochet, next chain, single crochet, that's 2, and the last chain, make a single crochet. Now we're going to attach into this leg and again do 6 single crochets. So into the first stitch, that's 1 single crochet, second stitch, make a single crochet, third stitch, single crochet, fourth stitch, single crochet, fifth stitch, make a single crochet, and last stitch of the leg, make a single crochet. Now we're going to go single crochet into the back of the chains we made. So into the first chain, make a single crochet, next chain, make a single crochet, and one more chain, make a single crochet. Okay, and now we finished the row. That's how it looks like. We just attached the legs and we're going to continue to the body. And we have now 18 stitches around. So now you can take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch that you made. And now for row number 7, we're going to do single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet into the second stitch, and an increase into the third stitch, and we're going to repeat it for total 6 times until we do the stitch marker. So do it twice together. You go into the first stitch and make a single crochet. Into the second stitch and make a single crochet. Third stitch, you're going to make an increase, which means again 2 single crochets into the same stitch. So that's one time. We're going to repeat it one more time together. So single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, and then an increase into the next stitch. So we've done it twice. Now you keep going all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of the row. We finished row 7 and we have 24 stitches around. Now we're going to make for total 5 rows 24 single crochets, which means for 5 rows just do single crochet in each stitch around. So let's do a few stitches together. You go into the first stitch and make a single crochet. Into the next stitch, single crochet. Into the next stitch, single crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. And keep going like that all the way for total 5 rows, and I will meet you when I finish the 5th row. I finished those 5 rows and that's how it looks like for now. Now we're going to stuff just a little bit the legs. So pull your hook, take it out and get some stuffing. That should be enough. And because it's very small, you place it in one leg and just take your hook and get it inside, like that. Also the other leg. Okay, so that's our legs. Now we want to continue. And for row number 13, we're going to start decreasing. What we're going to do now is single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, and a decrease. Repeat that for 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch. Now I'm going to use the invisible decrease and I will show you how to do it. You can also do the regular decrease. So you take your hook into the front loop only of the next stitch. Each stitch has 2 loops. Front one, which is this one, and back one, which is this one. For an invisible decrease, you put only the front loop of the next stitch and straight into the front loop of the next stitch. Now use yarn under, you go through both loops. When you have 2 loops on the hook, you yarn over and go through those 2 loops. So that's an invisible decrease. Okay, so now we've done it one time, single crochet and decrease. Now you go and repeat it all the way around until you get to the stitch marker, and I will meet you when I finish the row. By the way, the invisible decrease makes your stitches stay tight and also gives it a better look. But again, if you're a beginner and it's a little bit difficult for you, just do the regular decrease. So we finished row 13 and we have 18 stitches around. Now for row number 14, you're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch around, which will be total of 18 stitches, until you get to the stitch marker, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 14 and again we have 18 stitches around. For row number 15, we're going to make single crochet in the next 4 stitches and then a decrease, and we're going to repeat that for total 3 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet into the second stitch, single crochet into the third stitch, single crochet into the fourth stitch, and then you make a decrease. So that's one time. Go and repeat it all the way around, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 15, now we have 15 stitches around. For next row we're going to start the head, and what we're going to do is an increase all the way around. So just do an increase into each stitch until you get to the stitch marker. You go into the first stitch and do an increase. Into the next stitch, increase, and just repeat that all the way around. I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 16 and we have 30 stitches around. For row number 17, we're going to make single crochet into the first 4 stitches and then an increase into the 5th stitch, and we're going to repeat it for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. Let's do it one time together. So first stitch, make a single crochet. Second stitch, make a single crochet. Third stitch, single crochet. Fourth stitch, single crochet. And 5th stitch, you make an increase. Make sure you don't skip any stitches because they are now very tight and close to each other. So we've done it one time, now we go and repeat it all the way around, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 17 and we have 36 stitches around. Now we're going to make 5 more rows of 36 single crochets, which means 5 rows of 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So go and make that, and I will meet you once I'm done with the 5 rows. So I just finished those 5 rows and we have 36 stitches around. For row number 23, we're going to start decreasing again. You do single crochet in the first 4 stitches and then you make a decrease and repeat that for total 6 times until you get to the stitch marker. Let's do it one time together. Single crochet in the first stitch. Single crochet in the second stitch, single crochet in the third stitch, and single crochet into the 4th stitch. Now you make a decrease. So that's one time. Now we go and repeat it all the way around, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 23 and we have 30 stitches around. Now we want to stuff the body. So pull your hook, take it out, and get some stuffing. Stuff only the body part. Stuff as much as you can, just make sure you don't overstuff and you don't get any holes. Okay, now we want to insert the safety eyes. So we want to put them between rows 4 and 5 from the beginning of the head. So the beginning of the head is this row, that's 1. You go up, that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. So you want to insert one of them in this row. Make sure it's symmetric with the legs. Then we want 5 stitches in between, so you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you put your second eye into the 6th stitch from the first eye, like that. Make sure again it's symmetric with the legs. Now you take the plastic washers and you close from the other side. That's one and two. That's how it looks like for now. So let's continue. Okay, now for row number 24, we're going to make single crochet in the first 3 stitches and then make a decrease, and we repeat that for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. Let's do it one time together. So single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet into the second stitch, single crochet into the third stitch, and then you make a decrease. That's one time. Go and repeat it all the way around, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 24 and we have 24 stitches around. For row number 25, we're going to make single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, and then a decrease. We repeat it 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, and then a decrease. Now you go and repeat it all the way around, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 25 and we have 18 stitches around. Now we're going to stuff the head. Get some stuffing and put into the head. Again, just put as much as you can, just make sure that you don't overstuff and get any holes. Now we want to continue. And for row number 26, we're going to make single crochet in the first stitch and then a decrease. We will repeat it for total 6 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Into the first stitch, make a single crochet, then make a decrease. That's one time. Now we're going to repeat it all the way around. Just know that when you keep crocheting, keep this finger inside the body and pull the stuffing inside. So while you are crocheting, you won't pick some stuffing. Finished row 26 and we have 12 stitches around. For row number 27 and last, we're going to make 6 decreases until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do one together. You start with a decrease and keep this decreasing all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of the row to show you how we finish off. I just finished the row and that's how it looks like for now. We have a small hole inside. So to finish off, you're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch. Then you chain 1 and you're going to cut your yarn. Leave a short tail to close the little hole on the top. Then you pull like that. That's how it looks like for now. Now we want to close this hole at the top. So just take your needle and bring the tail through the needle like that. Now we have 6 stitches around here at this last stitch. We want to take the needle into each stitch from the outside into the circle and just pull like that. You go into the first stitch. You better pick the front loop only, but if it's too difficult for you, just pick the whole stitch. So into the first stitch, from the outside to the inside, and you pull. Next stitch, just do the same thing for 6 stitches. Third stitch, fourth stitch, fifth stitch, and last one. Now you want to pull tight like that. And that's how we closed the hole. Now we want to make it unable to open, so bring your needle into the head and out 1 stitch next to that. And when you have a small loop here, you bring your needle through and just pull. Now we want to hide the yarn, so just bring it into the head and out from a different place. Take your scissors and you can cut the yarn. That's how it looks like for now. Now we're going to work on the arms. So for the arms, you want to take the same color as the body, and you're going to start with a magic circle. And for row number 1, we want to make 6 single crochets into the magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now take this tail and pull. Okay. So we finished row number 1 and we have 6 stitches around. Take your stitch marker into the last stitch. And now you're going to do 6 single crochets for a total of 4 rows. Just do 4 rows of 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and I will meet you when I finish those rows to show you how to finish off. I finished those 4 rows. Now we want to finish off, so you slip stitch into the next stitch, then chain 1 and cut your yarn. Leave a short tail to sew to the body. Now you go and make another one of those, and I will meet you when I finish the second arm. So I finished doing the second arm, so now you put them aside. By the way, I'm not putting some stuffing in them. And now we're going to work on the ears. So for the ears, you're going to use the same color as the body and the legs. The body and the arms. And you want to make a magic circle. And for row number 1, we want to make 4 single crochets into the magic circle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take the end and pull. So we finished row 1 and we have 4 stitches around. Take your stitch marker into the last stitch that you made. For row number 2, we're going to make single crochet in each stitch around, which will be total of 4 stitches. So you go into the first stitch, make a single crochet. Second stitch, make a single crochet. Third stitch, make a single crochet. And last stitch, take out the stitch marker and just make another single crochet. So we finished row 2 and we have 4 stitches around. Bring your stitch marker back into the last stitch. For row number 3, we're going to make single crochet in the first stitch and then increase on the second stitch for twice until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. So you single crochet into the first stitch, and then you make an increase into the second stitch. Repeat it again, single crochet and increase, and I will meet you when I finish the row. I finished row 3 and we have 6 stitches around. For row number 4, we're going to make single crochet in the first stitch and then an increase in the second stitch, and we repeat it 3 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet in the first stitch and then an increase into the second stitch. Now you go and finish the row, and I will meet you when I'm done with this row. Finished row number 4 and we have 9 stitches around. For row number 5, we're going to make an increase into the first stitch, single crochet in the second, single crochet into the third, and we repeat it for total 3 times. Let's do it one time together. So single crochet into, increase into the first stitch, then a single crochet into the second stitch, and single crochet into the third stitch. Now you repeat it 2 more times until you get to the stitch marker, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row number 5 and we have 12 stitches around. Now we're going to make 2 more rows of 12 single crochets, which means 2 more rows of single crochet in each stitch around. So go do that and I will meet you when I finish those 2 rows. Finished those 2 rows and we finished row 7 with 12 stitches around. For row number 8, we're going to do single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, and then a decrease. Repeat that for total 3 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, and then a decrease. Now you continue, repeat that until you get to the stitch marker, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 8 and we have 9 stitches around. For row number 9 we're going to do single crochet in the first stitch and then a decrease. Repeat that for total 3 times. So let's do it one time together. Single crochet in the first stitch and then a decrease. That's one time. Go and repeat it twice more until you get to the stitch marker, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 9 and we have 6 single crochets around. For row number 10 and last, just make 1 single crochet in each stitch around, which will be total 6 stitches, and I will meet you when I finish the row to show you how we finish off. Finish the row. Now we're going to finish off, which means slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 1 and cut your yarn, leave tail to sew to the head. Now you pull and there you go, that's one ear. Now you go and repeat one more ear, and I will meet you when I have 2 ears done. Okay, so now I'm done with those 2 ears and put them on the side, and now we're going to make the belly, which is going to be with white yarn. So for the belly you want to start with a magic circle. And do 8 single crochets into the magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. You take the end of the yarn and pull. Now you want to make a slip stitch into the first stitch. So that's row 1. We have 8 stitches around. For row number 2 you make a chain, you do chain, and then into the same first stitch you're going to make an increase. 1 and 2 into the same stitch. So that's one increase, and you're going to do increases all the way around, which are total 8 increases. So that's 1. Keep going, 8 increases, and I will meet you when I finish those increases. Finished all the 8 increases. Now we want to go into the first stitch after the chain 1 that we made at the beginning of the row, and just do a slip stitch like that. Now we chain 1 and cut the yarn, leave tail to sew to the body. That's how it looks like. This small yarn you can just cut close like that and put it on the side. Now we're going to make the tail. So for the tail you're going to take the same yarn color you made the body, and you want to make a magic circle. Now for row 1 you make 6 single crochets into the magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Take the tail and pull. We finished row 1 and we have 6 stitches around. Take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch that you made. Now for row 2 we're going to make 6 increases. Let's do one together. Into the first stitch, make an increase. So that's 1. Now you go and repeat it all the way around, and I will meet you when I finish the row. Finished row 2 and I have 12 stitches around. For the third row and last we're going to make 6 decreases. So let's do one decrease together. That's 1. You go and repeat it all the way around until you get to the stitch marker, and I will meet you when I finish the row. I just finished the row. Now we're going to finish off, so just make a slip stitch into the next stitch. Chain 1 and cut the yarn, leave tail to sew to the body. Now this short piece you can just put into the tail. Like that. So we finished all the pieces. Let's see what we have now. So we have the body, arms, ears, tail and belly. Now we're going to sew them all together. Before that, I want to show you how to sew the face. So first you take your red thin yarn for the blush, using a needle. So you start approximately from here and you bring the needle out here, which is 1 row lower than the eyes. Then you skip 1 stitch and you take the needle into that. Now you go same row at the second eye and you take your needle out, pull slowly, like that. Now skip 1 stitch, needle into the head and out from the same place you started. And you pull. Now you want to make 2 knots with those 2 pieces of yarn. Take the scissors, cut, and with the back of the needle just hide it into the body. Here's the blush. Now we're going to make the nose and the eyebrows. So take your black yarn, using the needle, and you're going to start from about here and take your needle out at the middle row of the eyes, closer to the right eye, here. pull until you have a short tail here. Now you skip 2 stitches, you go into the head on the exact same row, then you go row down and take your needle out between those 2 places, like that, and you pull. Now you go with the needle into the middle of this and you bring it into the head and out from here. Then you want to pull. Well, sorry, I forgot I needed to do twice, so I'm going to take that out. Sorry for that. So once we've got the yarn out of here, you take it on the same row closer to the left eye and go back into the same place here and out. Now you want to pull and go into the exact same place one more time. Now 1 row down into the middle like that, bring the needle out. Okay. Now with the needle into the middle here, and we want to take it out exactly from where we began, like that, and you pull. And that's our nose. Now just make 2 knots. Cut the yarn and hide with the back of the needle. Okay, now for the eyebrows, you want to take another piece of black yarn using the needle, and you want to start from approximately here and go out of here. Pull. When you have small yarn here, just stop, and now you go 1 row down and you bring it out from the same row of this. Like that. Now 1 row down and out from the exact same place we began. And you pull Now you want to make 2 knots. Cut the yarn and hide into the head, like that. So that's our face. Looks cute, isn't it? And now we want to start with the ears. So you take one ear and bring the end of the tail through the needle. And first you want to place them. Place them at the middle of the top head, here. Now you leave one and you continue with the ear that your needle is into. And just hold the ear with those fingers and go into the exact same place as the tail here, into the head, and bring it out 1 stitch at the back. Now into the stitch of the ear from the back to the front, and you pull into the head and out of the head behind the ear. Now into the next stitch of the ear and out from the front. Again into the head and out of the head 1 stitch at the back. And again into the next stitch of the ear from the back to the front. Now you pull into the head and out from a different place on the head. Now you want to go with the needle into the head, 1 stitch in between, and when you have a small loop, go with the needle through, pull and hide the yarn into the body, out from a different place. And cut. Now you take the second ear and bring it through the needle and just place it very close to the first ear, like that. And just do the same way as we did with this first ear, and I will meet you when I finish sewing this ear. So I'm just done with those 2 ears. Now I'm going to sew on the arms. So take one of them and using the needle, okay, now you want to place them just here. Now you leave the left one and keep holding this arm. You take your needle into the body and out of the body, 1 stitch between them, and you want to pull now into the next stitch of the arm, straight into the body and out 1 stitch between that, and pull into the next stitch of the arm, into the same row of the body, and out 1 stitch next, pull. Now bring the needle into the body and out from the back side, and needle again into the body, and we want it to be unable to open, so when you have a small loop, just bring the needle through and pull, hide the yarn, and now you can cut it. Now go and do the same way with the second arm. Just make sure it stays at the exact same place of the other one. And I will meet you when I finish sewing this part. So we finished with the arms. Now the belly. Take the end of the tail through the needle. And now you want to place the belly in the middle. I'm just using another needle to hold it, so it won't move like that. And you take your needle into the body exactly the same place as your tail is, and out next to that, and you pull. Now the needle from the bottom to the top of the belly in this stitch, and you pull. Now into the body at the same place as this stitch is, and one stitch apart, bring it out again. Always make sure that the belly stays at the right place. Needle into this stitch from the bottom to the top, and you pull straight into the body and out of the body. Now you keep going all the way like that until you finish sewing your belly, and I will meet you when I'm done. I'm done sewing the belly. Now I just want to hide the yarn, so bring it out at the back and pull. Go into the same stitch and just bring it out again from a different place. And cut. Last thing is the tail. So take your tail, bring it through the needle, and you're going to place it between the legs. Just here like that. And again, I'm going to use this needle and just bring it into the body like that, so it won't move. And I'm going to find the beginning of the tail, and at the same place go into the body and out of the body, one stitch next to that. Then next stitch of the tail, straight into the body, and out. next stitch of the tail, straight into the body and out of the body. Just continue like that, closing the whole tail, and I will meet you when I finish. I just closed the tail all the way around. Now I want to take the needle out from a different place of the body and pull. Now we want it to be unable to open, so you take your needle one stitch next to that and pull until you have a small loop here. Bring the needle through this loop, pull and just hide the yarn, cut this end, and we are done. Here is our bunny. Hope you liked it. I know sewing part is really hard to see, but I hope I was able to help you. Thanks, and see you next time. If you still didn't subscribe, please do, and feel free to watch more videos. Bye.